Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to the session on Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga. But before we start, Happy Women's Day. This is for the recording. Oh, there are so many. Eh? Yeah. I said women in focus today. Why is like that?
Because the TV reflecting and then reflecting.
Okay. Anyway, when I show the slide, then you will not see many things. So, before we discuss chapter 6, let's talk about women and also men.
That
So when
screen is
we
not
talk
coming
about
in there.
women, what are the famous shlokas that come to your mind?
In that class you would have discussed the
Sri Vallabheti, about Sri Mahalakshmi. Yeah? What else? Sri Lakshmi. Lakshmi Ashtottara. అందుకే ఎత్ర నార్యంత పూజ్యతే అని స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు. Yeah, as the famous shloka says, wherever women are respected, there will be all auspiciousness. Women are respected or women are worshipped. Wherever women are respected and worshipped, there will be all auspiciousness. Okay? So, koti pranam. First of all, there will be peace. Okay? There will be peace and there will be happiness. Now, without peace, how can there be any happiness? Nasti buddhir ayuktasya acha ayuktasya bhavana acha bhavayata shantir ashantasya kutasukam. Without peace, how can there be any happiness? So, if you keep the women happy, then there will be peace, and when there is peace, there will be happiness. So, another famous shloka that should come into mind when we talk about women, or especially a wife, an ideal wife. Which shloka comes to your mind? నేను మీకు వచ్చి అడగట్లేదు. Standard. Yes. Okay. ఎవరో ఆన్లైన్ ఆన్సర్ చేశారా లేదు? స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తాను. So this is the famous shloka, right? This is the famous shloka, right? Okay, so you ignore the Telugu part. So this is a famous shloka. We all know about it. Karyeshu dasi, karneshu mantri, bhojeshu mata, shaireshu ramba, rupeshu lakshmi, kshamayeshu daitri, daritri, shad dharma yukta, kula dharma patni. The 6 noble virtues of an ideal housewife, dharma patni. It portrays the wife as hard-working like a servant, advising like a minister, nourishing like a mother, pleasing in intimacy, beautiful like Lakshmi, and patient like the earth, Bhudevi. So we all know about this. But what about men? This is the guideline for women. It not only refers to women being a noble wife, but women being a noble women in the society. Okay? These are the 6 good qualities of a woman, a noble, ideal woman. But most importantly, referred to as a noble wife, Dharma Patni. But what about men? What about husbands? Did everyone hear that online?
ఏం వినిపించలేదు ప్రభు. ఏమన్నది ప్రభు?
నేను ఏమడిగానంటే ఈ శ్లోకం చెప్పి ఉమెన్ శ్లోక చెప్పి వాట్ అబౌట్ మెన్ అన్నాను. మెన్ కి శ్లోక ఏంటి అని అడిగాను నేను. అంటే అవర్ శ్రీలక్ష్మి షీ సెడ్ ఉమెన్ లోనే మెన్ ఉన్నారు కదా ప్రభుజీ, ఇంకా సెపరేట్ శ్లోకం ఎందుకు వాళ్ళకి?
Read a sloka for
at least one sloka we need to read.
We need. So on Women's Day, we have to give some gift to them, right? So this is the gift. This is the gift for women. This is the shloka for men, but this is the gift for women. Karyeshu yogi, karaneshu dakshaha, rupecha krishnaha, kshamaya tu ramaha, bhojeshu truptaha, sukha-duḥkheṣu mitram, satkarma yuktaha, kalu dharma nataha. So we never heard this shloka, right? All the time, since our childhood, we have been hearing Karyeshu dasi karaneshu mantri. That shloka only. In the movies or everywhere, only that shloka. But we did not hear about this shloka at all. Nobody told. So this is how the society functions. That means there is a gap. Whatever is mentioned in the Shastras, that women should behave like this, women should follow these instructions like this, women should be ideal, noble like this. There are so many niti vakyams and so many references, instructions, shlokams, everything talking about women. But there is so much for men also. As much as is there for women, so much is there for men also. But nobody talks about that. Nobody quotes any shloka, any references, nobody tells any, even during marriage time, nobody at least plays an audio of this shloka. So let's try to understand what is the importance of this and also what is the importance of the shloka for women. So let's try to understand the shloka for women first. Karyeshu dasi. In all the actions, the woman, especially wife, should be like a servant. Servant of the servant of the servant. Dasahanu dasi. Especially to the husband. Okay?
You're very emphasizing on that particular word.
Karaneshu mantri. So when there is a problem in the house, the wife should act like a minister. Should act like a minister. Because the husband is the king. Husband is the king. Wife should act at least like a minister. Right, Namakirti? So together, wife and husband together, they have to discuss anything. If there's a problem or not problem, any decision, major decision making, together they have to sit together and make decisions. Karaneshu mantri. And whenever husband needs any advice, women should be there to advise.
What if husbands are poor decision making?
What if husbands are poor at decision making? That's why wife should help. Karaneshu mantri. That's why, see, in the olden days, when a king has any doubt, he would ask the ministers. He would ask the ministers, he would ask the gurus in the assembly. King Somehow he got the position of king, just like husband. Somehow they got that position, but they don't know anything. So it is the ministers. It is not the king who makes the decision, and it is not the king who has the knowledge. It is the ministers. So here the minister is the wife. So the wife, she has all the knowledge. So she is the decision maker.
Decision maker, only the minister. A decision maker is a king.
Decision maker is king.
But only one nation.
You know how the king or the husband makes a decision?
If it is one nation, there is 10 nations, yeah, kingmaker can take a decision. But if it is one nation in given, we have to take that only, right?
Yes.
Then that is like indirectly they whatever.
Yeah, there are no options, right?
Yes.
Only one option.
నాలుగు మీరే ఇచ్చేది అంటున్నాను.
4 ఇస్తారు, 4 ఇచ్చి మళ్ళీ దీంట్లో ఇది ఆన్సర్ అని చెప్తారు.
అలా కాదు, నాలుగు ఇచ్చేది వాళ్ళే కదా.
అదే 4 చెప్పి దాంట్లో ఇది సెలెక్ట్ చేయని చెప్తారు. ఓకే, భోజేషు మాత. సో at the time of feeding the husband or the family members, children, wife should be like a mother. Wife should not keep nagging, saying that oh, I asked you to bring this, I asked you to do this work, that work, all at the time of
You should not put a tag on.
all at the, I'm not talking about you. So, I mean, if the woman has to say something like that, not at the time of eating food, not at the time of serving food. There has to be another circumstance, a separate meeting, appointment has to be made, and then that point has to be discussed. Okay? Rupeshu Lakshmi. Wife should be, should look like Lakshmi Devi. Sri Lakshmi. అంటే పేరు చూసి మోసపోయారనే. పేరు తగ్గట్టుగా ఉండాలి. ఉంటది, శ్రీలక్ష్మి ఉంటది. సో రూపేషు లక్ష్మి.
Not a mute.
Women, so women, wife should be like Lakshmi Devi, okay, with all the kala, the shobha appearing on her face. That gives joy to the entire family members. It gives positive vibes, positive energy. Kshamayeshu dharitri. Kshamayeshu dharitri. When it comes to patience, tolerance. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. So, wife should have patience, as much patience as the earth has. Dharitri. Why earth is used as an analogy to compare for patience? Yeah, the earth is, is bearing so much of load, and that load is increasing. Every day, new people are taking birth. Every day, people are becoming, existing people, they are growing. So the load is increasing. On Mother Earth, the load is increasing. But still, the Mother Earth is bearing everything, patiently. Just like that, in the family also, when there are problems, when there is load increasing, right? That load, that pressure comes from many different persons, multiple points. But still, the wife should be as much patient as Dharitri. Sadharma Yukta Kula Dharma Patni. Not Sadharma, Shat Dharma. Shat means 6. These are the 6 dharmas. If the wife engages in these 6 dharmas, then that wife is called Kula Dharma Patni, an ideal. Patni means wife. Dharma Patni means a noble, a dharmika bharya, noble wife. Kula Dharma Patni. She is known as the best wife, ideal housewife, noble housewife. Now this has to be complemented by husbands, right? Whatever these actions here, karyeshu dasi, karadeshu mantri, bhojeshu mata, all these things, they have to be complemented with an equal action, with an equal support by husbands, right? So that is what the shloka for men. By the way, these shlokas are from Niti Shastra. We have Manusmriti, Niti Shastram, Dharma Shastram, Artha Shastram, so many Shastras. This is from a particular scripture called Niti Shastra. Karyeshu yogi, karadeshu dakshaha, rupecha Krishnaha, kshamayatu Ramaha, bhojeshu truptaha, sukha-duḥkheṣu, षट्कर्म युक्तः खलु धर्म नातः. First one, karyeshu yogi. Karyeshu yogi. What is the shloka for women? Karyeshu dasi. Wife should be like a servant and husband should be like a yogi. Again, Kandisthana. Karyeshu yogi. Just like how a yogi works without any attachment to the results of the action. Just like how a yogi works without giving any consideration to good and bad, success and failure, honor and dishonor, victory or defeat. Similarly, happiness or distress. Similarly, a husband, an ideal husband, should work in such a fashion that he should not expect from the wife, he should not expect to receive services from the wife. He should not expect, he should not have an intention that, okay, so I'm earning, I'm giving the money and she is working. Okay? So she should work more and more like this. So there should not be an expectation like that. And also, even if wife does something that leads to either happiness or distress, the husband should be detached. Okay? If there is a distress because of some action performed by wife, husband should not get anger. He should not get angry or he should not get disturbed, agitated. He should be like a yogi, whether it is happiness or distress. He should have brought Ranjit here. So working like a yogi. And the husband has the responsibility of delivering not only himself but the family members also. Okay, delivering from this material world. Husband has the first responsibility of delivering himself, and also he has the responsibility of delivering the family members, the wife and children. Where is it mentioned in Mukundamala Stotra? Shamla? Mukundamala Stotralo, the man has the responsibility of delivering the wife and children. Unda leda?
Dharavarti.
No, అది కాదు. ధారావర్తే ఉమెన్స్ డే రోజు చెప్పకూడదు. కాదు, పెండెంట్ శ్లోక కాదు.
Sri Vallabhet.
No.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Verse 33.
11, verse 11. Bhavajaladigatānaṁ dvandvavātāhatānaṁ sutaduhitrukalatrā trāṇabhārārdhitānaṁ vishama vishayato ye majjatāmaplavaānaṁ bhavati sharanameko vishnupoto narāṇaṁ. The second line. Sutaduhitrukalatrā trāṇabhārārdhitānaṁ. Sutta. The son or son, Sutta is son, Duhitru, daughter, Kalatra, wife, Trana Bharardhitanam. Trana means to deliver, Bhara, that burden. Burden means responsibility. Okay, burden means don't think like a pressure or some unnecessary burden. That's the responsibility. Sutta Duhitru Kalatra Trana Bharardhitanam. Husband has the responsibility of delivering not only himself but the family members also. So husband should work like a yogi. Karaneshu yogi. That's the first line of the shloka, right? Karaneshu yogi. Especially the bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga. Karyeshu yogi. So he should guide the family members, he should guide the wife and children like a good yogi, bhakti yogi. Because in the ancient times, women were not allowed to read Vedas. Women were not allowed to chant some mantras. So the husband takes the responsibility of doing more bhakti, more sadhana, because whatever husband does, 50% of the result comes to the wife. Yeah. And if wife does any mistakes, that comes to husband. Yeah. Part of it, not everything. There has to be a question. Oh, is it 100% Prabhuji? No. Part of it. Part of it goes to the husband. Part of it stays with you. Part of it goes to husband. So the husband, because the husband is doing sincere sadhana, and if he is not guiding the wife properly, then by mistake, if the wife does some mistake, then it comes to husband. It comes to husband and it affects the whole family, right? So the husband has more responsibility of doing more sadhana to give some portion of that benefit to the wives and also to make sure that wife is not doing any mistakes. Karyeshu yogi. Karaneshu dakshaha. What is the corresponding line in the shloka for wife? Karaneshu mantri. Wife should give an advice, instruction, and husband should simply execute it. Karishye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you instruct me to do now. No. Praveen, what's happening? So, Daksha means expert at executing something. Expert at executing something. Okay? Simply nodding your head. Nodding your head. Yes. And executing whatever the wife says. Karaneshu Daksha. We know the story of Daksha from Bhagavatam, from Puranas. We know the story of Daksha. So, Karaneshu Daksha. Rupecha Krishna. Husband should look like. Huh? Rama is for Kshama, for patience. Yeah. Rupecha Krishna. Why only Krishna is mentioned? Why not Rama as Sushma mentioned? Yes. So here, Rupecha Krishna is not referring to the physical beauty. The physical beauty is for women. Rupecha Lakshmi. So, physical beauty doesn't make sense for men because they don't look beautiful.
అబ్బా ఇదన్నా ఒప్పుకున్నారు.
No, you come to my evening Bhagavad Gita class in Bellevue. I'll show you one person who is very handsome. His name is Madhusudan. So, Rupecha Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. Karshati iti Krishna. Sarvam akarshayati iti Krishna. So, the husband should have good qualities. He has to become attractive with his qualities, with his internal beauty, not the external beauty. Okay? So, Rupecha Krishna. Kshamayatu Ramaha. When it comes to tolerance, patience, husband should be like Lord Rama. In Ramayana, Valmiki compares Lord Rama's compassion, saying that Kshamaya Prithvi Samānaḥ. Kshamaya Prithvi Samānaḥ. When he is standing in front of Lord Ramachandra, Valmiki, while standing in front of Ramachandra, he says, Tava Kshamayatu Prithvi Samānaḥ. Tava Kshamayatu Prithvi Samānaḥ. Oh my Lord Ramachandra, your patience is as good as the patience of Prithvi. As equal. Yeah, as good, as equal as the patience of Prithvi. So here, this is same for women and men. The patience level should be same. It is not like only men, only women should have patience like Daritri, and men should not have any patience. No, this is the same principle for men and women. Kshamayatu Daritri, Kshamayatu Ramaha. And in Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki says, Tava Kshama Prithvi Samānaḥ. So it matches. Bhojeshu Truptaha. When the wife is serving food to the husband, even if there is no salt, even if there is no spices, even if there is no sabji, just the white rice. The wife serves only the white rice. You have to eat it with satisfaction. Oh, this rice looks like pearls. I can make a pearl necklace for you.
Without cooking.
I can make a muktavali for you. So the wife should eat with satisfaction and also give some praises. From time to time, give praises. Kalpana garu, mere vinatledu, okay? Sukha-duḥkheṣu mitram.
నేను అన్ని వింటున్నా, మోహన్ కూడా వింటున్నారు.
మీరు విన్నా ఇక్కడే ఉంచుకోవాలి, మీతోనే ఉంచుకోవాలి. మీ ఫ్రెండ్ చెప్పొద్దు మళ్ళీ.
ఎందుకు? నేను అన్ని చెప్తా, మా ఫ్రెండ్ కి ఇవాళ క్లాస్ మొత్తం చెప్తా.
Sukha-duḥkheṣu mitram. In happiness and distress, the husband should be like a friend to the wife. This is very important. Shat karma yukta. By the way, in this context, right? Recently, I saw some video in Bombay. There is a program, just like how there are so many classes, right? There is a gym, Zumba, so many classes are there. In Bombay, there is an interesting class that is happening. Okay, recently they started. What's the title of that class? I forgot. Okay, anyway, the concept is it's a class for a couple. Okay, it teaches how to give respect and take respect. How to give and take respect, and how to develop that bonding. So what they do is North India, right? So it's Karwa Chauth is very famous there. So they make the husband sit first, and then the wife does arati. Om Jai Jagadisha Hare, Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare. The wife does the full arati. Okay, And then the husband feels happy, definitely, right? And then they make the husband do sāṣṭāṅga namaskar to wife. Sarita is saying, Abba. What a program. What a program.
అంతొద్దులే ప్రభు సారీ చెప్పమనండి చాలు.
ఆ సాష్టాంగ నమస్కారంలో అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. So they do that. That is just one thing, but there could be other things also like that, right? So that program helps develop bonding. Sukha-duḥkheṣu. Because many times we take things for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. So when we see some person every day, whether it is a child or the wife or husband, a parent, a friend, colleague, even a guru, anybody, if we see them on daily basis, we take them for granted. Yeah. But if somebody comes from a faraway place, even if that person is not doing any good for us, even if that person is not going to be there in our life on a day-to-day basis, we treat them like God, and then we do all the, we give all the hospitality to them. But the person who is staying with us on a daily basis, we take it for granted. Sukha-duḥkheṣu. Shat karma yuktaha kalu dharmanataha. So whoever engages in these 6 kinds of activities in a dharmic way, he is called as dharmanataha, an ideal husband, noble husband, an ideal man or noble man. Okay? So
you're saying that when the person is day to day with us, we will take it as granted, right?
Yeah.
When the person is coming from outside, we will take a special break for them.
Yeah.
Why we will do like this? Because of the nature of the mind?
Huh? Easy availability. Yeah.
He is doing more to us, right? Then also why we will take it like that?
Because the mind always, it's because of mind, as you said. Mind always thinks that happiness is in that effort, or happiness is in that object that I don't have. Whatever I have, there's no happiness in that. The present moment, there's no happiness in that. The mind thinks that my happiness is in future. Huh?
It is hard to get the things that the happiness is more, we will think from. Like when it is hard to do,
Yes.
then we will feel that it's more.
Yeah. So whatever is available in the present moment, it's already there, right? So then where is the satisfaction of working hard and getting that will give us happiness? But something in future means, or something that is not there in our hand, that means that will give us happiness. మళ్ళీ రాగానే yeah. So it's the nature. It's the wrong nature. Okay. So usually when we say it's the nature of the mind, we often tend to mistake that it is a good nature. It's a good thing. It's a normal thing. But it's a bad nature of the mind to behave like that. To think that happiness exists in future, happiness exists in an object or person that is not available in front of us. So, okay?
So Prabhuji, when a guest will say, some guest will prepare some special thing like that. We will not prepare for our husband daily, right? So
Yeah.
so,
Why is it so? Why is it so? Good question on Women's Day.
yeah, we should not like a guest. He is also taking care more than the guest, right?
Yes.
So ideally,
treating the guest as a god, like Krishna, Atithi Devo Bhava, right? That's the way.
పతియే ప్రత్యక్ష దైవం అని కూడా అన్నారు. అతిథి దేవోభవం అన్నవాళ్లే పతియే ప్రత్యక్ష దైవం అని కూడా అన్నారు.
ఏం అడిగిందండి అన్నపూర్ణ? వినపడలేదు.
లేదు, మీరు ఆన్లైన్ లో ఉంటే ఇలాగే సగం మిస్ అయిపోతారు మీరు. మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయరు.
కానీ మోహన్ కి వినిపించాల్సింది వినిపించింది. మీరు హస్బెండ్ కింగ్ అన్నారు కదా, బాగుందంట మీ క్లాస్, వస్తారంట.
ఎస్.
స్పెషల్ గా ఇంకా వేరే వేరే ఆలోచించి చేస్తాం. And the guest will come, will think more and how tasty we can prepare. We will think about that. But then it's okay. We can prepare it that way. We should not think now. That's the wrong way of thinking.
Yeah. So there are two things, right? One is whoever is available on a daily basis, we think that that person will not take it as an offensive thing, even if I don't do things correctly. Even if I don't serve an opulent meal, this person will take it okay. He will understand it. So that is an assumption. And because guest, he will come only once and he will be there for 2-3 days and he will go away, right? So we don't want to give a chance for the guest to think otherwise about us. Yeah. But that should not be taken as an excuse. So if not daily, once in a while, you have to make some specials for Praveen. Opulent meal, Rajbhog, Chapan Bhog. Yeah. See, the best thing, these are all so many techniques available, right? If you attend some personality development program on how to become a best wife or best husband, some marriage counseling sessions, they'll give so many things, so many techniques. Okay? I don't know if they really work or not, but one thing that will definitely work is if both wife and husband sit together and study Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, something, either for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour every day. If they sit together and read, that goes long way. That goes long way.
I have always said to Praveen like this. Something I heard.
Why, Prabhu?
Amrit Prabhu, from you, I see Mukundamala from your recording. But that why you start teaching? He will say to me, why you don't become Kasa Prabhu? Why you telling me?
Prabhu,
So
why?
now if you're asking why, because the relationship between wife and husband, what is the common point? It is God. See, what is the word that is used in these two shlokas? The shloka for husband and shloka for wife? Dharma patni, dharma nataha. Dharma patni, dharma nataha. So what is that dharma? What is our actual dharma? Eternal dharma. The eternal dharma
Saving
is
God.
to serve God.
God.
Eternal dharma is to serve God. That is our intrinsic nature. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are the part and parcel of Him. He is the master, we are the servant. Okay? Servant means it's not like a low position, right? It's a loving service. Loving service. Serving Krishna in some loving relationship. So that should be the common point between wife and husband. So in order to achieve that one single goal, they both have one single goal. That one single goal is to attain that eternal dharma. That's why reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, any scripture, Ramayana together, that will help. Yeah. I know it's not very practical, it doesn't happen in many homes. Very few homes it happens, even within devotees circle. Very, very few devotees it happens. You all know Hariparshad Prabhu, right?
Yeah.
Hariparshad Prabhu is a Sanskrit scholar. He came. You all attended his classes. Classes happened at our home. And last year I brought him to Bothal also. Yes. So every day he and his wife, they both read Bhagavatam together for 1 hour. Every day 1 hour they read Bhagavatam together. So He gave a presentation on Parokshavada. Yeah, that person. He's coming again in April. We'll have a class here. Yeah. So it doesn't happen. There are some challenges, different challenges. Some challenges are in some families. Either the wife is doing bhakti, husband is not doing. Husband is doing bhakti, wife is not doing. Or if both are doing bhakti also, somebody is interested in service, somebody is interested in reading. If both are interested in reading also, they both don't want to sit together and read. So different things are there, but yeah, at least here, okay, here together or discuss something together. Even if you are not sitting together and reading, at least share something with husband and wife. That today I heard about some beautiful story about Krishna. I want to share that with you. Okay. The problem is, we spend so many years in marriage like this without this habit. And if we want to start any habit like this, we feel very awkward. Okay, for example, if you have to practice from tomorrow onwards, if you have to practice saying, okay, for example, if Madhuri or if Prashant has to practice telling to Madhuri, I love you, that may look very awkward. Right, Prashant? Before marriage. ఇప్పుడు చెప్తే ఏమనుకుంటారో వైఫ్. So if we start some new habit, I don't know how it's going to work. There are some hesitations like that. So unfortunately, there is no proper training, not only within ISKCON but even outside also. There is no proper training like that. There has to be. Because see, just like I told that example in Bombay, right? How they are doing? They are bringing the couple together and making them do activities for each other that gives happiness for each other. So like that, there has to be a special program meant for making couple read Bhagavatam together, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam together. Initially, it may look artificial. Okay? Initially, we may not want to say I love you to the other person, right? After 20 years of marriage, I love you. But even if it looks artificial in the beginning, if there is a program like that, there is a class, it will work. Yes, fake it until you make it. Correct. So maybe I'll recommend this to the authorities in ISKCON. I'll make a recommendation like this. Yeah. Okay, so let's discuss something about chapter 6 today.
Very thankful to Krishna. All we are telling to thanks to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
There's a beautiful line. Gokulotsavam Ishanam Gopikanam Priyam. Gokulotsavam Ishanam Gopikanam Priyam. Gokulotsavam means the festival in Gokula, in Vrindavan. Gokulotsavam Ishanam. Who is the leader of that festival? Krishna. Gokulotsavam Ishanam Gopikanam Priyam. Krishna is the leader of that festival. That means he is the prime object of worship. Just like in Rajasuya Yajna. Who is the prime object of worship? Krishna. Similarly, in Gokulotsavam, anything happens in Gokula, in Vrindavan. Krishna is the center of attraction. He is the prime object. For such Krishna, who is the center of object, who is dear to him? Gopikas, the women. Not the Gopa boys, but the women. Women are dear to him. Because the women, the gopis in Vrindavan, in Krishna Leela, they sacrifice everything. They sacrifice their manam also. They sacrifice their respect, their social respect. In the middle of the night, when Krishna played the flute, they ran to Yamuna towards Krishna, not giving any consideration to what the society will think, what the husbands will think, what the society will think. For a woman, chastity or that manam is more important than her life. And they even sacrificed that. So when they did that, Krishna, what he said is, in Bhagavad Gita, I always say, ye yata mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. I reciprocate in accordance to how my devotees worship me. But here, when gopis surrendered to Krishna completely, Krishna said, I cannot reciprocate to you. I cannot reciprocate in accordance with what you surrendered to me, how you surrendered to me. I cannot. I am unable to reciprocate to you. So Krishna said, Pratishta Bhanga Hoila. He made a promise in Bhagavad Gita. If devotees worship me with 100% surrender, Krishna will also reciprocate 100%. But here, gopis, they surrendered 100%, but Krishna could not reciprocate 100%. He could not give, he could not return as much as the gopis gave to Krishna. So, and we see many stories in Bhagavatam how women devotees, they all became very dear to Krishna. Draupadi, Kunti Devi, who else? How did Sudama become dear to Krishna? Because of Sushila. Karyeshu mantri, karaneshu mantri, karaneshu daksha. This is a good example. Sushila, like a minister, she advised to Sudama to go to Krishna. And what did Sudama do? Karishye vachanam tava. Karaneshu daksha. He executed that instruction 100%. Now this is a good example. Karaneshu mantri, wife. Karaneshu daksha, Sudama, husband. So like that, again, there also, Sushila is the prime cause of all that Sudama Leela. Who else? Yashodamma. Yashodamma, she bound Krishna around the grinding mortar. Only a woman could do that. So, Nanda Maharaj could not do it. See? Nanda Maharaj could not do it. Yeah. Who else? Draupadi. Yeah, I said that. Rukmini Devi, yes. Rukmini Devi. Yeah. For Rukmini Devi, Krishna left the war with Jarasandha. Krishna left that war and then he escaped. He ran away. He ran away in an attempt to save Rukmini. And he was known as Ranchod because he escaped from the war. Because he knows that Rukmini is sending a letter through this Brahmana and Rukmini Devi is in danger. He has to go and save Rukmini. Yes. Satyabhama adds rasa, the mellow. Rukmini, Radharani, they are all sattvic. But we need some excitement, right? Satyabhama brings that excitement.
I heard that she also hit his head when she was angry. Krishna's head.
I don't know. I don't think it's shastric. In the movies they show like that, but no, it's not there in Bhagavatam. Tulasi Mata, yes, yeah, Tulasi Mata, Goda Devi. So many women devotees, very dear to Krishna. Yeah. When is Men's Day? Every day Wednesday. On Wednesday we'll give a long list of men devotees who are dear to Krishna. Yes.
19th November.
19th November, okay. Oh, anta long unda? Okay.
Somebody write an article on the Medium on the same slokas.
Ah.
Mentions that why men doesn't want to show this sloka because men think that they are already perfect. They don't want to change it.
They think they're already perfect.
That's what it means.
That's why you all share this shloka on your status. The shloka for men. The shloka for women, everybody knows. The shloka for men, you all share in your family groups, in your WhatsApp status. Everywhere you spread this message. Because nobody knows. Now, this is a gift. See, when I am saying Karaneshu Dakshaha, is it not a gift for women on Women's Day? Definitely, right? Yes. Only on Women's Day. Yeah.
Who is Jambavati, Prabhu?
Jambavati is
Daughter of Jambavat. Daughter of Jambavat and Krishna's wife.
yeah, she's one of the I think she's one of the Ashtabharyas. She's one of the Ashtabharyas. Yeah, Jambavati. Like Satyabhama, Rukmini, and so on. She's one of the Ashtabharyas.
I think that time only Krishna married Samantakamani. That story.
Yes, correct. Yeah, during that time. Whenever Krishna had to marry these Ashtabharyas or the 16,000 women, Krishna always had to fight with some demon. So it's not easy to please women. Matal kaadu kada. So many this shloka for men should be spread in the society. See, many things they do not know in the society. For example, in the marriage, what is the important ritual that people consider it as? Muhurtam means, what is that muhurtam? Jilakara bellam, right? That good and jaggery. No, good and jeera. Good and jeera. But that is not the muhurtam. In the marriage ceremonies, they portray it very incorrectly. Even the pujaris also, they don't know properly. They think that putting jilakara bellam, that is the actual muhurt. And then after keeping, they keep that the cloth in between, and then everybody comes and they do akshantalu. But that is not the actual one. And then they keep on pressing, right? They keep on pressing. This is the opportunity. This is going to happen in future. But that is not the muhurtam. The actual muhurtam is after putting that jilakara bellam, the boy and girl should look into each other's eyes. That is the actual muhurtam. But they don't educate. They don't educate boy and girl like that. Yeah. The photographer comes and the photographer asks the girl to look at him. Completely messed up. Yes. Okay, now shloka number 8. We just talked about Ashtabharya, and the shloka number is Ashta. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, shloka number 8. Jnana vijnana truptatma kutastho vijitendriyaha. Kutta ityuchyate yogi samaloshtrashma kanchana. Jnana, by acquired knowledge. Vijnana, realized knowledge. Tripta, satisfied. Atma, living entity. Kutastaha, spiritually situated. Vijita indriyaha, sensually controlled, yukta, competent for self-realization, iti, thus, uchate is said, yogi, a mystic, sama, equipoised, loshtra, pebbles, ashma, stone, kanchana, gold. A person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones or gold, as the same. Book knowledge without realization of the supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows. Ata Shri Krishna Namadhi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevonmukhehi jihvado swayameva spuratyadha. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality and pastimes of Shri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord or the transcendental name, form, quality pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. This Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. No one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. One must be fortunate enough to associate with a person who is in pure consciousness. A Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna. Because he is satisfied with pure devotional service, by realized knowledge, one becomes perfect. By transcendental knowledge, one can remain steady in his convictions. But by mere academic knowledge, one can be easily deluded and confused by apparent contradictions. It is the realized soul who is actually self-controlled because he is surrendered to Krishna. He is transcendental because he has nothing to do with mundane scholarship. For him, mundane scholarship and mental speculation, which may be as good as gold to others, are of no greater value than pebbles or stones. Jnana vijnana truptatma putasto vijitendriyaha yukta ityuchate yogi samalostasma kanchana. So here, Krishna is talking about the benefit of controlling the mind. In the previous two shlokas, 5 and 6, 6 and 7. Did we discuss 7 shloka? No, huh? Oh, only 5 and 6 we discussed. And how did we jump to 8? Because of Ashtabharya. Yeah? 7th. Okay, let's read 7th shloka also. And these two are similar. We'll discuss both of them together. Shloka number 7. Jitātmanaḥ praśāntasya Paramātmā samāhitaḥ. śītoṣṇa-sukha-duḥkheṣu tathā mānāpamānayoḥ. Yeah, here also talking about husband again. Sukha-dukkha mitram. Remember that from that shloka? Shloka for husband, Sukha-dukkha mitram. Husband has to be like a friend to the wife, both in happiness and distress. śītoṣṇa-sukha-duḥkheṣu. Both in happiness and distress, one should be equipoised. Jitātmanaḥ, of one who has conquered his mind, praśāntasya, who has attained tranquility by such control over the mind. Paramātmā, Supersoul, samāhitaḥ, approached completely. Śīta, in cold. Uṣṇa, heat. Sukha, happiness. Duḥkheṣu, distress. Tathā, also. Māna, in honor. Mānāpamānayoḥ, and dishonor. Okay. Online. Who is there? Venugopal? Translation and purport.
Yeah, Prabhu. For one who has conquered the mind, the Supreme Soul is already reached. For he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. Purport. Actually, every living entity is intended to abide by the dictation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated in everyone's heart as Paramātmā. When the mind is misled by the external illusionary energy, one becomes entangled in material activities. Therefore, as soon as one's mind is controlled through one of the yoga systems, one should be considered to have already reached the destination. One has to abide by superior dictation. When one's mind is fixed on the superior nature, he has no alternative but to follow the dictation of the Supreme. The mind must admit some superior dictation and follow it. The effect of controlling the mind is that one automatically follows the dictation of the Paramātmā or Supersoul. Because this transcendental position is at once achieved by one who is in Krishna consciousness, the devotee of the Lord is unaffected by the dualities of material existence, namely distress and happiness, cold and heat, etc. This state is practical samadhi or absorption in the Supreme.
So these two shlokas, 7 and 8, Krishna tells what is the benefit of controlling the mind. So last week we discussed in the presentation slide you saw what are the positive effects of controlling the mind. You become focused, you become more productive, the relations within the family and at work, in the society, they become better. So many benefits of controlling the mind. So in these two shlokas, Krishna is giving higher benefit. What we discussed in that slide is what happens in this world when we are living. In our day-to-day life, what happens? But that is temporary, right? That is in the day-to-day material relations. So you will get positive results in the material relations, but what Krishna is presenting here is higher than that. What happens when somebody controls? Jitātmanaḥ praśāntasya Paramātmā samāhitaḥ śītoṣṇa-sukha-duḥkheṣu tathā mānāpamānayoḥ. The yogis, they spend so many years controlling the mind, doing asanas, yoga, pranayama, all those things, and meditating on the super soul within. They practice this for hundreds of years. By doing so, they become absorbed in that meditation. They become absorbed in that meditation on Paramātmā, and they achieve complete peace, complete tranquility. So in that state, that state is called samadhi. In that state, happiness, distress, honor, dishonor, there's no difference. Everything is same for them. So while living in the material world also, a yogi who is practicing bhakti yoga, he has to practice such kind of tranquility. He has to achieve such kind of tranquility. But it's more difficult. Even if you are going to Himalayas, a secluded place, we think that is more easy, right? Here there are so many disturbances, so many distractions, it is very difficult to control the mind. It is impossible to achieve tranquility. What is the word for tranquility in Sanskrit here? Praśāntasya. Praśāntasya, praśāntata. Tranquility means praśānta. So we think that it is easy to attain that praśāntata in Himalayas, in a secluded place, where there is nobody, no distractions. But it is more difficult there than here. Because if you are alone, then your mind will be thinking about so many things. As it is mentioned by a famous English writer, he says that what is that?
Empty mind is a devil.
No, not that one. Not that one. If you want to know who you are, watch what you are doing when you are alone. If you want to know who you are, watch your actions, watch your thoughts, watch your mind when you are alone. You don't even want to be alone actually. Because when you are alone, your actual Vishwarupa comes into reality. You know, your unwanted desires and bad thoughts, bad behavior. You know, that's why there is a system of marriage, so that wife is always holding a stick and controlling the husband. Mahi, and classes are academic. Any sticks pattukuntavu ee roju. పట్టుకుంటే బాగుంటుంది. నాకు తెలుసు మహి గురించి, అసలు నోట్లోంచి మాటే రాదు. So that's why it is more difficult for a yogi who is sitting in Himalayas to control the mind. But in the society, it is possible with some practice and detachment, suitable practice and detachment, abhyasa and vairagya. So, but what is that technique to become fixed, to focus the mind? That is to fix our mind on Krishna. Even though there are so many disturbances around us, we have to cultivate this habit of fixing our mind on Krishna. Reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam, hearing Krishna Katha, chanting. You know, we have to become fixed. We have to practice fixing our mind on Krishna with all these techniques. And that is easy when we are in association like this. If you are alone, if you don't have this class, each one of us will be doing something else, right? But when we come together like this, we have a common goal. So that's why it is easy to practice this mind control in the association of other devotees. Because when we see others who are practicing bhakti nicely, we become guilty. We feel guilty that, oh, I should also do like that. Why am I not being able to do like that? So that helps. Otherwise, we will think that, okay, I'm already perfect. As Praveen said in that online article, men think they are perfect. But it is only when wife shows a stick, then they know the reality. So when we fix our mind on Krishna, then we start taking instructions from him, we start taking dictation from him, and whatever Bhagavan says or whatever Paramātmā gives instruction from within, if we simply execute that, then there's no disturbance. There's no disturbance. If our plan and God's plan is one and the same, there's no conflict, there's no disturbance, there's no worry. But that is a problem. Our plan is always different from Krishna's plan. That's why there's a conflict, there is an agitation of mind, there's a disturbance, there is a problem. Yeah.
How do we know God's plan?
How do we know God's plan?
Our plan is more dominating.
Oh, we thought the women are the mantris, women are the ministers. Karadeshu mantri. Yeah. God's plan is revealed in Bhagavad Gita. God's plan is revealed by Guru. God's plan is revealed in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is full of case studies. What happened to so and so devotee if they did not follow God's instruction? What happened to some devotee if they followed God's instruction? That's why to know God's plan, this one book is enough. This one book, scrutinizingly, if you read thoroughly, multiple times, even if you read once, read second time, third time, 10th time, like that, read multiple times. Every time you read, there will be new revelations. And if you keep on chanting, okay, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or any Sloka, any Stotram, different names of the Lord, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, whatever you are inclined to. Then as you are chanting God's name, God will reveal from within. Yeah. If our plan is not same as Krishna's plan, we will feel some fear. We will feel some fear. So you can practice this. Okay, for the next 1 or 2 years, you can practice this. This can be a practical experiment. Whenever you feel some fear, you sit down for a minute or two and introspect. Why am I feeling fear? Maybe Krishna doesn't want me to do this. Maybe this is not the right course of action. So my plan is not in line with Krishna's plan. So then when you sit like that and introspect, Krishna will reveal from within. Krishna will reveal what is his plan. So to know Krishna's plan, we need to focus our mind to some extent. We cannot be in samadhi. In this life we cannot achieve that state of samadhi. But at least to the degree we focus our mind, to that degree we can become aware of Krishna's plan. So, and there are different techniques how to focus our mind on Krishna, right? Chanting is one of the best techniques. Reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So, when we are doing all these things, we know that mind is going somewhere. Yato yato nischalati tato tato niyam yetad. There is a shloka in this chapter, towards the end. I think 32 or 33 shloka. Yato yato nischalati tato tato niyam yetad. That means, as soon as we become aware that the mind is wandering, bring it back. This is a technique given in personality development programs also. As you sense that the mind is going away, you bring it back. That's a good technique. It is same as what Krishna is also telling. But why they are failing in the material world, in the personality development programs is, when you bring the mind back, you need to give some anchor to the mind. So there is no proper solution for that in personality development programs. But here in the Shastra, the anchor is giving Krishna to the mind, or giving our mind to Krishna. So the anchor can be some beautiful shloka from Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, some beautiful shloka from Mukundamala Stotra, some beautiful shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So when you recollect, try to recollect some shloka, then the mind stays there. It will not go anywhere. Or you can chant. So some of these techniques. So we have to practice. We have to cultivate this habit of how to bring our mind back from wherever it is wandering. Bring the mind back and hook it with some shloka, some stotram, something, some line. Even if it is one line. Simple Sri Krishna mantra. What is the Sri Krishna mantra? Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramātmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Something simple like that. Or Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Jayatu Jayatu Devo. Some simple shloka, simple lines you can remember, and then the mind stays there. So otherwise the mind does not know. Even if you bring it back, the mind does not know how to stay fixed. So you need to provide some anchor, something to hold on to. Then the mind will stay. So the more we focus, the more Krishna will reveal from within about his plan, what he wants us to do. The mind must admit some superior dictation and follow it. Now, another important thing to note here is, the biggest problem when it comes to following Krishna's instructions is, we think we know everything. We think we know everything. We have all the knowledge. We think we know everything. There's no need to hear from anyone else. Hear from anyone else means there's no need to hear from parents. There's no need to hear from elders. There is no need to hear from a well-wisher, mentor, advisor. And finally, that includes no need to hear anything from Krishna also. No need to hear the Paramatma's voice. We'll come to that stage. So that's why we need to accept some authority. In our relations, there are so many good people, so many mentors, so many well-wishers. We have to accept some authority and try to take a good piece of advice from them. And slowly, we will come to a state where we will take dictation from Krishna also. Because if we don't practice that habit, then we will not hear from anyone. Including Krishna, we will not hear from anyone. Krishna, Guru, we will not hear from anyone. So the highest knowledge, the symptom of highest knowledge is to know that I do not know anything. Or to say that I do not know anything. This is the highest form of knowledge. Or the highest measurement, the highest standard of measuring one's knowledge is when somebody says that they don't know anything. Even after knowing anything, they don't know anything. If they say that, that means they are humble, they have humility, and they are ready to take instructions from Krishna. But that's the problem. In our society, everybody thinks that they know everything. And people are becoming independent. The more they are becoming independent, the more they stay away from Krishna's instruction. So we have to depend. We have to become dependent on some authority. If we don't have any good person, good mentor, good advisor, well-wisher in our relations, then completely depend on Krishna. Completely depend on Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, sincerely read Bhagavad Gita. A person who asks sincerely, they will find the answers. Next, 8th shloka. A person is said to be established in self-realization. Jnana vijnana truptatma kutasto vijitendriyaha yukta ityuchate yogi samaloṣṇasma kanchana. A person who is in knowledge, a person who has acquired this transcendental knowledge, for him, happiness, distress, there is no difference. For him, gold, stones, and pebbles, they all look the same. They all look the same. One is not precious than others, one is not better than the other, one is not cheaper than the other. Because their mind is controlled. This difference of gold is more valuable, gold gives me more happiness than pebbles and stones. This is all mind game. This is all mind trick. So, next time when you want some gold ornament, I'll tell Venkatesh. Just make an ornament with stones and pebbles. It is same as gold. Right? So there is a beautiful story of Sanatana Goswami. He is one of the Goswamis in this Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. One day in that village of Sanatana Goswami, there is a poor Brahmana who was preparing for his daughter's marriage. The marriage is fixed, but he is very poor that he doesn't have enough money to even conduct the marriage ceremony. Then somebody advised him that Sanatana Goswami is the richest person in the village. Go and ask him for some help. So this Brahmana goes there and asks, I heard that you are the richest person in this village. I came here to seek some help for my daughter's marriage. Sanatana Goswami said, yes, what you heard is right. I am the most richest in this village. This poor Brahmana asks, so what do you have? No, you are the richest man, what do you have? Then Sanatana Goswami said, I have a Chintamani stone, touchstone. Touchstone means you touch anything that becomes gold. You take that Chintamani stone, touch this table, the table becomes gold. You touch the Chintamani to a person and the person becomes gold. So, Chintamani stone. Sanatana Goswami tells, I have this Chintamani stone with me. The Brahmana asks, can you give me that? So, Sanatana Goswami says, I don't know where it is somewhere in that garbage can, trash can. Then this Brahmana is so shocked. Chintamani stone, such a precious one, you throw it in the garbage can. So let me go find, and then he goes and finds the Chintamani stone there. And as he was collecting, as he was looking at the Chintamani stone, he realized that if Sanatana Goswami has Chintamani stone, which is more valuable, and he has thrown it into the trash, that means he has more valuable than this. So let me go and ask him what else he has. So this Brahmana goes back to Sanatana Goswami and asks, so what else do you have?
Peace and happiness.
Huh?
Peace and happiness.
No, he says something else. So Sanatana Goswami, the Brahmana asked the Sanatana Goswami that why did you throw this into trash can? Because I don't need it. If you don't need it, then you could have thrown it into some river, some ocean. But why did you throw it into the garbage? Then he said, if I throw it into the ocean, it will be lost. If somebody needs it, it will not be useful. So if I throw it into the trash, if somebody wants it, they can take it. That's why I don't need it, but maybe somebody wants it. That's why I throw it into the trash. Then Brahmana asks, you have thrown Chintamani stone into the trash, that means you must be having more valuable than this. So may I know what is that? Sanatana Goswami says, yes, I have more valuable than this. Are you ready to take it? Brahmana says, yes. So you first throw that Chintamani stone and I'll give you more valuable than that. So the Brahmana throws the Chintamani stone away. And then Sanatana Goswami says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this Nama Japa, this holy name of the Lord is more valuable than the Chintamani stone. Then he understood everything. And then from that day onwards, he also became a sincere devotee. Of course, Sanatana Goswami let him take that Chintamani stone also for his daughter's marriage, and he became a nice devotee also. So like that, for a saintly person, the stone, gold, pebble, there's no difference for them, because they have more valuable than that. They have Bhagavad Prema, Bhagavad Smarana, the relationship with Krishna, that is more valuable than all these temporary things. So the best type of knowledge, or the best standard of knowledge, is to say that I do not know anything. Okay? There is another story, very nice story of another poor Brahmana in Srirangam temple in South India. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India, he went to Srirangam temple, and in that temple, everybody, all the pujaris, pandits, they are all sitting and reading different shastras, Bhagavad Gita, different Vedam, Bhagavatam, so many things. And there is this poor Brahmana who was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down, like this. He was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down, but he was crying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to him and said, you are holding Bhagavad Gita upside down, but you are crying. So are you making some fun of it? Are you imitating? Are you pretending that you have understood Bhagavad Gita and that's why you are becoming emotional and crying? So what is this? Then this poor Brahmana says that my spiritual master has instructed me to read Bhagavad Gita every day. But I am an illiterate, I am uneducated, I do not know how to read. But the moment I hold Bhagavad Gita in my hand, that image of Krishna comes to my mind, where Krishna acted as Parthasarathi to Arjuna. Krishna is Devadi Deva, Bhagavan, Supreme Person, who is who has all the richness, who has all the wealth, who has all the power, who has all the strength, who has all the name and fame, who is the most beautiful and attractive in the entire creation. That Supreme Person, he renounced everything and he was ready to become a chariot driver for Arjuna. Whenever I think of that image, I become very emotional and I start crying. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells him that you have understood Bhagavad Gita the best. There are so many people sitting here and reading Bhagavad Gita, but better than them all of them, you have understood Bhagavad Gita the best. That means the best type of knowledge is to say that I don't know anything. This person said, I don't know any theoretical bookish knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But what he knows is the realization. He has the realization of Krishna's message. So how is this possible? When one is satisfied. If you look at the verse text here, right? The verse says here, Jnana Vijnana Truptatma. If one is satisfied by this knowledge and realization. Jnana is knowledge, theoretical knowledge. Vijnana is the realization. When one is satisfied with Jnana and Vijnana. Sometimes you may have Vijnana. Without Jnana also one can have Vijnana. Krishna can give that realization from within. Just like how this Brahmana. Even though he did not read line by line, word by word, he could not read anything from Bhagavad Gita. But he's very simple, he's very sincere. A door open is packet. That Krishna gave that realization to him. So he became so emotional and he started crying. So Jnana Vijnana Truptatma Kutasto Vijitendriyaha. So such a person who is satisfied by knowledge and Vijnana. Now for us, what is Vijnana? Knowledge we understand. We are coming to the class every day, we are every week and every day also from class. We are reading something, we are hearing something, we are learning something. That is Jnana. But what is Vijnana for us? Applying the knowledge, and also most importantly experience. Some practical experience. That practical experience comes when you come to the temple like this. If you are attending on Zoom, hello everyone on Zoom. Hi Dhruv. If you are attending on Zoom, where is the experience? Where is the realization? Where is the Vijnana? Only when you associate with the devotees, only when you see the Lord, in the temple, only when you do some service in the temple, when you eat prasadam in the temple, when you eat pav bhaji in the temple, then you will have some Vijnana. Okay? See, for great souls like that poor Brahmana, he is special. Krishna gave him special type of realization, Vijnana. But for us, what gives us satisfaction is these experiences. Jnana, Vijnana, Truptatma. The satisfaction from Jnana and Vijnana. Okay? Just like when you read about a Krishna story, Krishna Makan Chor Leela, Krishna stealing butter. You hear so much, you read so much about that story. You read for 10 times, 20 times like that. But you go to some theater and watch the drama once. That gets printed in your brain. You will never forget that. If you see a drama of somebody acting as Krishna and they are stealing butter, that gets printed in your brain. So that is the experience. That is the vijnana for us. Okay? And as you become sincere, Krishna will make that Leela appear in your heart. Until that Leela appears in our heart, we have to come to the temple, we have to see the devotees, we have to see the presence of Krishna in everybody. This is the experience, this is the vijnana for us. So if a person is situated like this, or if a person is satisfied by jnana and vijnana like this, then he is established in the self-realization. He is called a yogi. Jnana vijnana truptatma kutasto vijitendriyaha yukta ityuchate yogi. Such a person is said to be yogi. And for such person who is satisfied, there is no difference between gold, stone and but you missed the story of gold and pebbles. You go home and ask her. No, there's something before that.
Then she'll say, Prabhuji asked me you to buy gold.
He's holding downside. So he's very
Why he was holding it upside down?
crying, holding the book wrong side.
Holding book wrong side is to indicate that he is illiterate. He is uneducated. He does not see. For us, we can read this text, Bhagavad Gita. But for him, it doesn't make any difference whether he is holding like this or like this, because he cannot read it. So, but what he heard from others is about how Krishna acted as chariot driver. Whenever he remembers that, he becomes very emotional. He cries for that. Yeah. So we have to cry for Krishna. We have to develop this habit of crying for Krishna. So, happy tears, yes. If you are remembering Krishna and crying, it is happy. It is auspicious. It is good to cry for Krishna. It is good to cry for Krishna. Dhruv, you want to cry? Oh, చేయి పెట్టుకున్నాడు ఆల్రెడీ యాక్షన్ చేస్తున్నాడు. Yeah. Okay, it's 2 o'clock, 2:10. Is Bhagavad ready?
Kids are eating now.
Okay.
We can take maybe 15 more minutes.
Now I think we are done. The next sloka. So I'll say one last thing from this 8th shloka. If you look at the purport, right? Book knowledge without realization of the supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows. This is another shloka from Bhagavatam, where it says, Ata Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevon mukhehi jihvado swayam eva spuratyada. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality and pastimes of Sri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated and saturated by transcendental service to the Lord, or the transcendental name, form, quality, pastime of the Lord are revealed to him. That means only by service. Both, first we have to hear the technical, the theory knowledge, and then we have to do some service to get the practical realization. Jnana and karma, both have to be there. Only jnana will make one proud. Only karma, only service will make one do that service mechanically, routine, like a routine, mundane work. We need to know why we are doing that work, whom we are doing that work for. We are doing that work as a loving service for Krishna. Anything, whether taking care of a baby, taking care of the family member, doing some occupational duty, doing the office work, driving the car, anything, everything has to be treated as loving service for God. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll pause here. Any quick questions, comments, reflections? Yes. Yes. Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya. And there are few other shlokas in second chapter about the dualities. Yeah. Yeah. All good? Online, anybody? Any comment, question, reflection? Abhishek, how are you doing amidst all the Telugu conversation?
No, Hare Krishna.
Survived? You survived?
Yes, Babu.
Yeah. Okay. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. We'll see you all next week.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.